Hey tankers, welcome to New Player Guide to Shooting Modules. This was put together by myself, Jamvis, and my brother, Coach Mike 21. We're going to go through in this video and show you what happens when you hit a tank in a certain place. Why that tank goes on fire, why it blows up, why it even ammo racks. I'm going to use in this the Armor Inspector app from I'm on Apple, so I have the Apple version, but there's also a Android version. In this app right here, I'm showing you the T29, the American Tier 7 Heavy. You can see the different colored modules that indicate different things. You know, red is a fuel, orange is the engine, yellow is an ammo rack. There's different seats in there. We're indicating different positions for crew members. This app is really useful for your play. When I first started playing the game, somebody had told me about this app. I went in there and I looked at it and found it, and it was able to answer the questions for me that I wasn't at the time asking somebody else or able to ask somebody else, because I couldn't exactly get a good answer from somebody, because it's hard to tell somebody in text, well, you know, this is where I hit them, what do you think happened? And if they don't have the app, then they're not able to explain it to you. But with this app, I was able to look and see, okay, this is what tank I'm using, what gun I have, this is the tank I shot, why didn't this shot go through? Or when it went through, why did it blow up, or why did it catch fire? Here we're looking at the Tier 3 Stuart tank, the M2 Stuart, I believe, or medium, M2 medium, but or Stuart, whatever it is. But you can see the different modules on there. You see I'm looking at the commander, the gun, there's the driver or the commander. We're going to rotate around here. You see that yellow ammo rack in the middle. There's a red fuel tank right behind it. The orange behind that is the engine. That's why everybody tells you, and why you want to see tanks from behind, because the engine and the fuel tank is back there, and you can set them on fire, especially American tanks. They're really vulnerable back there. And sometimes it's really good to switch to the high explosive round if you have it, because you can do a lot more damage right there. So as we cycle through, some more features of this app is you're able to switch out to different tanks. Any tank you want. This is a Tier 3. Let's say you want to go in and look at Tier 10 tanks. Well, let's switch. I'm going to change the shooter to the Maus, the German Tier 10 Heavy. And on the target tank, well, let's switch the target tank out and see what we're going to do here. I switched to E100 on that one, on the shooter. So here we switch into the target. Right here's the Patton, but let's switch into a heavy tank. And the heavy tank version, the first version that comes is the E5, which is a really decent American tank, but let's use the T57. It's one of my favorites. So see, the T57 is going to pop up, and instantly it shows you those different modules. You see in the center the driver of the tank. Up on the turret on the right, you can see another person there. He's probably the gunner. The commander's on the left and back. That big ammo rack there, and the yellow in the middle. Right behind that is a big gas tank. See what I'm telling you, these American tanks, they can get really vulnerable to catching fire. I personally like to shoot tanks in the back because it's more of a sure thing hitting somebody from the back and setting them on fire than it is an ammo rack. Here we are going to talk about tracking. Now, tracking is something you want to do if you're in a tank and you're being up-tiered. The tank you're shooting at is a higher tier than you, and your gun is not going to penetrate them. You're seeing nothing but red. You can still contribute to the team by shooting a track and stopping them dead in your tracks. What that does is a couple of things. It allows your teammates to start shooting at them, and those points that your teammates do and hit them with and damage them, you get some partial credit for those experience points. You get credit for the damage, and all that translates into credits and a chance to earn more experience, which also helps you earn the Ace badge, the Golden M. That's what everybody wants to get on these tanks. It's the highest award you can get. There's also first class, second class, and third class mastery badges, and those are all added by extra experience points. So here we have a Stuart pop in front of us, and I pop a round right through dropped in there and shot him. You see the sparks where I hit. We're going to go ahead and look at the armor inspector, and you can see where that hit right there in that drive wheel. There was no modules behind that, unfortunately, that I could hit and penetrate, but still there was a good percentage chance of knocking him out, and it paid off. So here we're going to look into setting fires. This is my brother playing. He's in the Jag Panzer, the Tier 6 German tank destroyer. He's on Himmelsdorf, and he's going to come across, and he's going to take a shot and miss, but he's going to move on, and he sees the American medium easy 8 come out around the corner, and look at this shot. That is a heck of a shot. Sets him on fire, and look at all that extra damage you get from that tank burning. Good idea to put a fire extinguisher in your tank when you are setting it up, guys. You don't want to be giving away free damage like that. So here's where we hit this tank. A 29% chance of setting that engine on fire, and he did it. It's 29%. He set it on fire and did some big damage, and all that damage paid off into an easy kill. So we're going to switch into another tank for setting fire. My brother's in the IS-8, and that is AMX-50. He just shot in the tail end. You can see where that round went in. I'm telling you, hit these tanks from behind, guys. So look at that big gas tank there. That is huge. And below that gas tank, you got a big engine. 42% chance of setting that gas tank, that fuel tank, on fire. And all that free damage, guys. I'm telling you, you need to be doing this. Here I am on my T-34. I just take out the two-lane chief.
Find us another target.
Rotate around here because I see these guys coming over the hill. We see the Scent one coming, and I know he's got a quick reload, so I want to kind of take him out and shot him on fire.
Enemy on fire.
He backs up, and he's just on
main gun damage. Report accuracy.
I probably should have followed through with the round to get the kill, but instead he's dead. So here you can kind of see where I put that shot in. I don't see any sparks, so it must have went straight through that thin armor on the side of him. And here on the armor inspector, we're going to see there's two different possibilities that I hit. Not sure which one. The engine had a 29% chance of setting fire, and the fuel tank had a 42% chance of setting fire. Big damage, guys. You want to get that. Here we're moving into ammo racks. Now, ammo racks is something that everybody loves to do. It's hard to do. His percentage chances are low, but the payoff is big. Here my brother is in the IS-5. And he's missed a shot in the SPC.
One of our trucks is gone. We can't move.
While he's reloading, he shot his map. He's getting pounded here. He should be waiting in the middle. Here that T-49 comes around the corner, and look at that. Smiles. Big shot. Right into that ammo rack and blew him right up. All those hit points gone. Here you can see where that shot went in. You can see kind of the little spark there where it went in. And that's it. That American light tank was gone. Look at this ammo rack. 27% chance of igniting that tank. Not a huge chance of ammo racking, but when it happens, it's really worth it. Here I am in the T-34 again, and I'm going to be moving up here and taking
looks like that one went right through.
Tier 9 weapon PTA. He's moving up on me. He doesn't have great gun depression. He's trying to get his gun down and be pulled forward. Briefly, I think he's pretty cheap.
Enemy vehicle knocked out.
Excellent ammo rack. Right through the front driver's side of that tank. Just an excellent shot. Now here you can see where that shot pretty much basically went in. Now, I think that shot wandered a bit because if you look on the armor inspector, all that is right there is the driver's seat. So, but that big yellow ammo rack next to it with a 27% chance of blowing up, that had to be pretty much where I hit that thing and blew it up. Here I'm in my Jag Tiger 8.8. I'm using the 10.5 cylinder. That on the other side. side of the map there, that's a French CDC medium tank, another premium tank. And he's going to pull up and pay for it. Look at
Enemy
that.
destroyed.
I put one shot into him, damaged him, he pulled up, and I finished him off with that track. Great shot there. One of my favorites that I can remember.
We hit them hard.
Here we see a close, the first where we're aiming. Now you don't see a spark on there. I blew it up to try to get the spark, but you can see where that shot went in, and it lit him up. And wait till you see the armor inspector on this. Look at the size of that ammo rack. That's pretty much where that shot went in. It's a 43% chance. Is that right? Wow, 43% chance of blowing that thing up. Hey guys, thanks for watching. This is the end. If you have any comments, please leave them. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thank you for watching.